Look, the facility truly was made for days like today. It's just a bunch of athletes who've been in certain positions before talking about it. Shady, I'm going to start with you. The most important question that everyone is discussing today is, who do you blame for that Ravens loss yesterday? Lamar Jackson had a caliber season. Ravens fell short. Do you blame Lamar for the loss?
You know what, real quick, man? If he's having a press conference and he says these words, why can't we put it on air? I'm just trying, right? I don't blame Lamar Jackson. Yeah, he could have had a faster start, right? But it's not, I was always taught, it's not how you start.
It's how you finish.
It's how you finish.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what happens in the first half, first quarter, second quarter, even early third quarter. Yeah. It's the money time, it's the fourth quarter. Lost my book there. And if you seen Lamar Jackson in the fourth quarter, he was balling, putting plays together. Buffalo had the game kind of pretty much control the whole game for real, right? They get a nice little lead, I think about like 12 or something like that, whatever it is, and they come back, and then Lamar's making plays, he's driving. I blame Mark Andrews. Yeah, all-pro veteran. Got a C on your chest. When you got a C on your chest, you are the type of player that the young guys, the inexperienced guys, you help them out, right?
Drop, I can't watch
you make the game easier for them guys. Now, you want to show a drop. Let's go back before the drop. Fumble. You catch a first down, and you start running like you LeSean McCoy. That's not even your game. Catch the ball, put it away. Let's show it right here, please. Don't make me a liar.
Show me.
Okay, great catch, first down. You down 5 points. Come on, it's 6, 7, 8 minutes left? What is that?
Yeah.
Second and 11, and you get a fumble. Then you go down there and drop the game winner. How the hell is it not his fault? Yeah. You could talk about this missed block. You could talk about maybe Derrick Henry didn't get enough carries. You could talk all these different things. You let the Bills run up and down the field, running the ball. You can do all that. But when the game came down to tie the game up for 2-minute point conversion, you drop the ball and you got a C on your chest. Yeah. Fumble and you got the drop. You tell me who the blame's on.
Ooh, Chase, you tell him then.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Mark Andrews fumble is crazy. It was only his second lost fumble in his entire career. So 2 drops, 1 for the game time.
Come on now.
2-point
Come on now, Chase.
And quite honestly, it was not a bad ball. I see people out there saying, hey, it was a bad ball. It was right.
No bad ball.
People were saying that. It's right there. You got to catch it. For me, though, I can't let Lamar Jackson go and off all of the blame, right? I think there's got to be some blame on him. And specifically for the first half, because not only did you turn the football over 2 times, it was how those turnovers manifested and how they came about. And you guys were at the house watching. We couldn't believe what we saw with the interception. He throws a corner route, but it's a fair catch to the DB.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there were some plays in this game where you can see some other guys coming open where I would have liked for him to progress. And then the fumble. Like the fumble, we talked about it, right? It's like one of those things where you're trying to make a play when something's not there. It's an RPO. Just know when the journey's over. I think that's the biggest thing for me is know when the journey's over. Make sure you get down. It's already a bad snap. You're not going anywhere. Just stop. And for me, it's like, I can't give him a pass in the first half because he had 2 turnovers in the first half. He had 9 the entire regular season. 2 turnovers in the first half, 9 in the regular season. This is the perfect thing of me thinking like, hey, 2 things can be true at once. One, yes, Mark Andrews, worst game of his career, easily. Okay, only his second lost fumble. Lamar Jackson, horrible in the first half, came back in the second half, 12 of 15, 1 touchdown, 125 rating in the second half. So it's the battle of that. It's like, what do I think's worse? I think it's on the whole offense as a whole.
Wait, hold up. It's a Monday. Can I let that slide? So you telling me, I just want to get this straight. So you telling me a pick in the first quarter, and you telling me a fumble in the second quarter is one of the biggest reasons why they lost this game?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. If you look at how all the other divisional games played out, all the other winners, you know how many turnovers they had? 0.
Oh, cool.
You can't win a game on the road when you're -3 in the turnover margin.
I get all that, right? But they say sometimes turnovers don't matter unless you get points off it. I'm going to say this to you real quick.
They had 7, not 14.
We get down to the fourth quarter, Chase, because I need my best with my best players at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley have 200 yards in the first half. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
200 yards in the second half was really matter. That's how you seal the game. So you telling me that the first half stuff matters more than the second half? They had a chance to tie the game, Chase. If he catches that ball, we don't even talk about the turnovers. I'm not.
Oh, I think you're definitely talking about the turnovers.
If they catch the ball and win.
If they win.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
Josh go down there and get a field goal and they win.
I read books now, thanks to A.J. Brown, right? Do you finish a book with the first half or the second half?
Well, I mean, you got to finish it,
The
so you got to
start
read
matters.
the whole thing, dog. Got to read the whole thing, dog. So the start does matter, too, because you got to understand.
You got to understand
What's going to be the ending?
I go right to the ending.
James, who you blame for the loss, man?
Oh, man, Lamar gets some. Mark Andrews gets some. The coach gets some. Everybody get a little bit of this. And you can give Mark Andrews a little more if you want to. You can give Lamar a little more if you want to. But for me, I wish we would have played the words that he said, because I feel the same way Lamar feels, because I want to use them words too. The Baltimore Ravens are never at their best when their best is needed. Period. In the playoffs, when your best is needed, you have not turned the football over twice in a game all year long, Lamar, and you choose this game to do it. Mark Andrews, we can talk about you not fumbling and 197 times you caught the pass, and you want to choose in this game on the road in Buffalo to drop passes and fumble. For me, everybody gets a little piece of the pie. Lamar Jackson, you cannot have 2 turnovers in a football game. We know the turnover margin matters in a football game. You cannot be -3 in the turnover and think you're going to win. So Lamar gets some, Mark Andrews gets some, the coaching staff gets some, because the Baltimore Ravens, whenever it is a big-time game and the game is on the line, and that is one of the main reasons they have not been to the Super Bowl, is when they need to be at their best, they are not at their best. That's the worst Lamar Jackson has played all year long, and I'm talking about turnover margin-wise. Obviously, that's the worst Mark Andrews played all year long, and this is the biggest game of your season. It's the same thing that happened last year. The biggest game of your season, you guys are not at your best. It's the same thing that happened the year before that. The biggest game of the year, you guys are not at your best. How is this keep on happening? It is nothing special the Buffalo Bills defense did. You guys were going up and down the field at will on the Buffalo Bills defense. You guys stopped yourself. This game should have been a blowout if the Ravens just played Ravens football. It should have been. They did not stop them all game long. Lamar stopped them. Mark Andrews stopped them. They did not stop them all game long. It should have been a blowout. Everybody gets a little piece of the pie. They ain't never at their best when they got to be at their best.
James isn't wrong. I mean, if you look at the box score, the Ravens never went 3 and out. They went 2 and out because of an interception, but they never went 3 and out.
Up and down the field.
From a micro perspective, is Lamar at fault? Lamar should have done more earlier in the game. But at the end of the game, Lamar took him 88 yards down the field in 2 minutes and 8 plays. Right. Mark Andrews, you have to make the catch. But my issue and your issue at home, fans, I don't know if it should be as much of the micro as the macro. Lamar Jackson, when it matters most, for whatever reason, he doesn't show up the most. Is it coincidence? Is it causation? Or is it correlation? But Lamar Jackson has not had a 2-turnover game since last year's AFC Championship game. So y'all do the math. How in the world over the last 2 regular seasons does Lamar Jackson have 74 total touchdowns and 22 giveaways, but in the last 2 most important games of his career, he has 3 touchdowns and 4 giveaways? You got an over 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio during those last 2 MVP caliber campaigns, of which Lamar Jackson was first-team All-Pro for both of the seasons. Then in the last 2 most important games of your career, you don't even have a 1-to-1 touchdown interception ratio or touchdown to giveaway ratio. You have more giveaways than you do touchdowns. Who's at fault for last night's game? That's minutia. The bigger issue at hand is when Lamar Jackson has to play his best, he simply does not play his best. That is the greater issue, because we can see another unanimous MVP caliber season. And not only did individuals at this desk tell you, but I know your friends probably told you you've never seen a Lamar like this before. Have you not?
Yeah.
Because in the playoffs, once again, we saw multiple giveaways. Who was at fault for yesterday? I don't necessarily care. I think it was Mark Andrews if you had to make me pick, because he dropped the ball that would have tied the game. However, Lamar, when you need to play your best, in the last 2 years, you have not played your best. That's more concerning to me, because what this means, Shady, is we could watch another MVP season, another first-team All-Pro season, another season where we can utter, I've never seen anybody do anything like this before. He could have 1,000 rushing yards next year and 4,000 passing, but let him get to the biggest game of the season, and I would suggest we won't see greatness.
I mean, you can argue that because he's shown that, right? Yeah. And it's hard for me to go against it. But I'm just talking about particular, this is his game right here. And we played this game. I'm not about to sit here and beat this dude up for the first half.
No. That's why I gave everybody some
there's times where the best person on the squad, they might have a slow start. It's happened like that because, first of all, nobody feels the pressure that these type of guys deal with, okay? That's one thing. The second thing is, when he's out there in the second half, he started putting, let's go, guys. Yeah. I know that conversation. You're in the huddle. We've been playing crap all game. get to halftime, we're going to make these adjustments. When they
out,
came out in the second half, you seen they made the adjustments. You seen Superman put the cape on.
He balled.
Now, if I got to hold us down, I'm going to do that. But I need you to hold me down with me.
Yeah.
Bro, I threw you an easy pass, second half. You catch it. Okay, now we rolling. And then you fumble the ball? Mark Andrews? Okay, cool, better. One more mistake, even though we're getting late in the game, where every mistake late in the game matters more than the first half, okay?
Yeah.
Then I scored a touchdown for us, right? I did that. I scored a touchdown for us. We down 2. An easy 2-yard pass? Yeah. You drop it?
Yeah.
And we tell me and we not pointing at this dude?
No, he definitely gets
y'all want to talk about some first half mistakes? Listen, I get it. A whole full game, no play matters more than the other one.
No question.
They say that. But we get late in the game when you got to have our best. I need my all-pro tight end to show up.
No, right.
I need my MVP quarterback to show up.
He did.
Second half, he showed up.
Yes, he did.
You got to back me up.
No question.
I agree.
Come on now.
They had 4 drives in the second half. 2 touchdowns, a field goal, and a Mark Andrews fumble, okay, that we showed. So 4 drives, 3 of them scoring drives. So he turned it on at the end of the half, but they were down by 11. What's more concerning, Acho, to me a little bit, if you look at the arc of Lamar Jackson's career, the Ravens have not won a game when they've trailed by 10-plus points in the Lamar Jackson era at half. They're 0-10. They're 0-10. He's not a come-from-behind quarterback. So when he came from behind, I was like, we were sitting on the couch, we were like, let's go, this is awesome. Like, I want to root for him. But eventually, like, you got to understand this, and everyone understands this. Playoff football is 4 quarters.
Yeah.
And when you are on a -3 turnover differential on the road versus a good team, they made less mistakes. The Bills made less mistakes. That's why they won.
Josh Allen made no mistakes. Got to move to talk about Josh. Obviously, this show is going to be jam-packed. Don't know how we get it all in, but we will try. Josh Allen, statistically, obviously, he did not wow you. 16 of 22, 127 passing yards. He did have 20 rushing yards, including 2 rushing touchdowns. But, Shady, that's your former teammate, a man you coined franchise. What did Josh Allen's performance mean to you?
That as a quarterback, the only stat that matters is to win. Right? Because he has enough power where you call a run play, yo, check that. And nobody's going to look at him wrong. And he didn't do that. If you look at how the game went, right, the turnovers you talked about, getting short field positions. So now, instead of going 80 yards for a touchdown, now we got to go 30 yards, right? And then they run the ball so efficiently, they didn't have to. The difference was, everyone wants to talk about Josh Allen's numbers. The difference with Josh Allen playing the way he played yesterday is there was nothing forced. They ran the ball so well, they didn't have to do much. And then when he had to throw the ball, he was efficient. Oh, you need to convert on 3rd downs? I got you on that. Oh, you need this 3rd and 8? I get you 9 yards. Like, small things you don't think about from a quarterback. I think Josh Allen is figuring a way, listen, I'm going to win this game the right way. And some games, I might have to come back from behind and give you 300 yards. Or I could have a game like this where we just manage the game and we win it. And that's all he did against the Ravens.
That's all he had to do.
That's all he had to do.
And one of those rushing touchdowns, Lamar fumbled and gave him the ball down there and really handed him a rushing touchdown. Yep. Josh played on schedule. He played on schedule. He did not have to be Superman, and we've seen Josh Allen be Superman at times to where he puts his cape on and puts his team on his back time after time after time after time after time again, and that is the reason why they was in this game, because Josh Allen, the way he played, put his cape on all year long. But this game, he didn't have to. And he did not lose the game for his team. He made the plays that was there, and he didn't have to put his cape on. Kudos to the Buffalo Bills defense. Kudos to Josh Allen and the offensive coordinator of really staying on schedule, right? They never really pressed and forced none, no trick plays, no crazy shot plays they was trying to take. And he took what was there, and he made plays with his legs, and they ran the ball well. But this is just a regular game for Josh Allen. It wasn't nothing special. He just stayed on schedule and found a way to get his team a W. But this has more to say, to be honest with you, about the Baltimore Ravens, not Josh Allen.
Yeah. I think it means how much that Josh Allen has grown and matured as a player, and how he's actually found out who he is as a player. And that is, hey, I'm not turning the football over. 40-plus total touchdowns this year for the 5th straight season. But the 8 turnovers only this season. He took what was there, and this game plan was very specific from Joe Brady. It was run the football, get the ball out. Okay, if you look at Josh throwing the football, he averaged his quickest time to throw of the season and the 3rd fastest time his entire career. The ball was getting out. No sacks, no turnovers, knowing what to do with the football and where to go with the football, and using your legs in the most important position. He's one of the better playoff quarterbacks of all time. And so you just look at purely numbers. He's averaging 312 yards a game and 2.5 touchdowns a game in the playoffs. And time again, he's beat Mahomes 4 out of the last 5 times in the regular season. He's 0-3 versus him in the playoffs. That's what I'm looking at. Can you finally get past the hump? Can somebody finally get past the Chiefs and Mahomes because they deserve to go to the Super Bowl?
It's an incredible conversation. I'm loving today's show. For me, Josh Allen's win yesterday, it tells me the Bills' Super Bowl window is never closed as long as Josh Allen is there.
Oh, for sure.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong because I thought the Bills' Super Bowl window was closed. I know Bills fans, I apologize. You won't be able to clip out this take and use it as motivation because I'm praising you. Josh Allen, as long as he is there, the Bills' Super Bowl window is open because none of those Bills players, as I look at it, are irreplaceable. When you look at who played in that game yesterday, you can find another Matt Collins. You can find another Shakur. Amari Cooper had no targets because Amari Cooper had no targets for no catches. Keon Coleman had 1 catch for 5 yards. You can find another James Cook. Heck, his mom produced 2 of them. You can find other players that you can replace on that team, but as long as you have Josh Allen, you will be fine. Another Kincaid, you can find that. You can find another Dalton Knox in the draft. You can find that. Notre Dame produces tight ends. Penn State, they produce tight ends. Wisconsin, they produce tight ends. Iowa, they produce tight ends every year. The players on that Bills team are replaceable except for that one in Josh Allen. And as long as Josh Allen is there, the Super Bowl window's open because once again, you're in an AFC championship game and you are 4 quarters away from going to the Super Bowl. I was so very wrong because I thought this roster was depleted. Yeah. How are they going to replace Poyer? Yeah. How are they going to replace Hyde? Rapp got hurt again in the game yesterday. How are they going to replace him? Matt Milano, he's hurt. Number 43, Bernard, well, he's battling injury. It don't matter. Yeah. If Josh is there, this team's Super Bowl window, it is open.
And the crazy thing is, like, think about that whole game is like, yo, they must have seen something on film, either last time they played or watching the regular season games, like, we're going to be more physical than them. Yeah, they might be more talented. Yeah, they might be more faster. Or they might be this and that. Have more skill positions. Have this and that third. They was more physical. We're going to run this ball. Did you see the game? Yeah. I'm thinking like, yo, I've never seen a team other than maybe the Steelers that's trying to be more physical than the Ravens. Yeah. And they showed that. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's going to be a tough matchup against them and the Chiefs.
That's going to be a good one.
And it's like, you kind of say, man, maybe this is the year that Josh and the Bills get over the hump. Because if you could beat the Ravens like that, with not as much talent, you get the Chiefs. But then again, the only thing about the Chiefs, though, man, I told like Jason, bro, I got to make sure he's not coming back to life. Yeah. Because they find a way to win.
Turnovers.
You know, and they won't beat themselves.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah, you know where my mind went? I know we got to wrap, but my mind sort of went like, when I saw Josh Allen win this game, he was 16 of 20, 127 yards, 20 yards rushing. I mean, the stats will not blow you away. That does not tell the story of the game. But where my mind went directly after this win, and I know the talk was about Lamar, was that Josh Allen's ready to be the ultimate number 2 quarterback behind Mahomes, and there's no one else that can be there with him. Like, I see what Lamar does in the regular season, but if you talk about postseason, and you talk about, like, Joe Burrow, you talk about Josh Allen, you talk about Lamar Jackson, it's like, which one's 2, right? Because you got Mahomes on a pedestal right now.
Josh is 2.
But, like, that's where my mind went. It's like, you cannot argue to me right now, in this point of his career, with what he's done with so much left, that Josh Allen is not the clear-cut number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
I won't dispute it. What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.